Many communities in rural America are often overlooked as underserved. These communities are being left behind due to lack of internet and access to state-of-the-art technology. Access to broadband internet could be the difference between providing an education and leaving new generations behind.
Living in rural America, the biggest obstacle was that we were trying to find a comprehensive approach to address the complexities of my son's autism. I mean, we needed people that could break down the complex issues that we were experiencing, that I understood what I needed to do. That by having high-speed internet, we were able to get the resources and the education we needed.
Mulberry has recognized that there is a need in our community for broadband internet. This has been something that we have been focusing on for the last 10 years. The needs that are all around us with jobs and schools and medicine and many layers of needs that are out there now. But it's not just that, it's the bandwidth required for those needs. You think about any normal residential family and look at what they're doing on a daily basis. It changes a lot, but the bandwidth requirements seem to be that consistent element of this. But also even more than that, we're starting to expand into the CLEC portion, which is the non-traditional boundaries that we have. And so for us, it's a natural transition because of our aggressive stance with fiber and where we hope to go even in the future. So it's enabled us to be in that place where as we build out these networks, we're seeing the needs of today, but we're also doing it and recognizing the needs of tomorrow and trying to build out that way.
Fiber optic technology can enhance a community's way of life and provide new opportunities never before available. Luckily, local organizations are working together to solve the problems that major telecom providers have ignored.
Being able to deploy new technologies like fiber optic internet, for example, I think is imperative. And during the pandemic, we've kind of seen that. Everybody, regardless of location, needs to be able to work, attend school, even consult with doctors completely remotely. And that's something nobody could have predicted 2 years ago. So having access regardless of location is, well, necessary to be able to handle challenges like we're facing now in the future.
Getting access to make things beneficial for our customers, that's the key, that's the name of the game, is how can we get connected to even those furthest reaches that are out there. We started from the outside and started to work in. So a lot of our rural customers, as we built out our fiber network, they received the benefit first. And as we start to look at our future and how we're forecasting what's next for us, and we want to be able to go into these areas that we recognize a need for and go in and do what we do best, which is serve them with broadband internet. And being able to allow that rural customer the privilege to be on that network, and that's what motivates us.
Well, originally when we were with the slower internet, it was always frustrating because we couldn't communicate well with one another. A lot of the teaching and a lot of how they're training me about nutrition or about other things that I need to do within my home, the internet connection was slow or what I was saying was getting all muffled, then that's very frustrating. Definitely with high-speed internet, everything was just perfect. We were able to communicate back and forth as far as what was going on in the videos that I was sending to them, and so that was huge. I was able to really communicate, and that's what's necessary.
Mulberry Telecommunications provides rural broadband services and technology for over 100 years. Their mission is to provide an essential infrastructure for their community and beyond.
We have lived in this house for 15 years, and it's in a rural area, and we were having terrible internet service, and that was very frustrating because I wanted to be able to run my business. I wanted to be able to also communicate with a clinic that was in Philadelphia. So there was goals that I wanted to achieve, and those goals were not going to be achieved without high-speed internet. So we approached Mulberry, and we told them what our needs were, and they met those needs. They went above and beyond, and the service has been perfect.
I grew up in a rural community myself, so I understand the pain of not having any access to broadband whatsoever. So I love that every day we get to solve those challenges for everybody. Also, honestly, I just like the challenge and love the learning opportunities that come with it. This career field is so broad and vast that I feel like I could go for another 40 years and not fully master every part of it, and I think that's awesome.
Mulberry is a cooperative built and managed by local community members with the mission to provide equal opportunity and state-of-the-art technology to Americans in rural communities. Mulberry strives to provide outstanding customer service and enhance their customers' way of life.
When I started at Mulberry 5 years ago, we were using less than a sixth of our current internet traffic today. Now, after the pandemic, we've seen customers use their internet at all times throughout the day. So we're really focused on reliability, redundancy, and scalability looking into the future.
With the world that's really shaking a lot around us, we can be that stable force. We can be that connection point to get them to whatever they need to do, no matter if it's very high and of importance or if it's very low and it's just something to do for fun. As a telecommunications provider, we want to be that connection point to our customers. Our mission at Mulberry is to serve the rural community. It has been that way for 100 years and will continue to be that.
To learn more, contact us today.